On this week's episode, we talk about the Stanley Cup Finals, the Rams spending more money, what else is new, and we chat the NBA Finals champions, Golden State Warriors. Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 20, season 2 of Points of Penalties. For all our listeners, we'd like to remind you to please subscribe wherever you get your podcast. For our viewers on YouTube, be sure to subscribe to our channel by clicking the little PMP button in the bottom right-hand corner, right about here. No matter how you check out PMP, give us a like and follow on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Points Penalties. My name is Josh. We're a little shorthanded this week, so no Kev, but with me are my co-hosts, Jesse and Peter. Jess, let's start up with you. What are you drinking tonight?
Well, I'm going to one that's already been done for sure. Not by me, but it's a Flying Monkey Brewery again, and it's The Mutants Are Revolting.
Oh, yeah, that's a good beer.
It's a crushable IPA, and it's not a potent one, as I had a lot of sun and issues with nature this week because allergies suck. So I'm taking her a bit easy because I'm flying high on a bunch of
bitch.
I can tell you got some sun. Your cheeks are all red.
Oh yeah, it was a blast. But yeah, so I'm gonna give it a shot here. Solid beer for a 4.5.
Woof. Jeez, that's a light one, especially for you.
And yeah, I know. Are you gonna be able to beat that this week?
I'm going to wallop you, Jesse. Wallop you. This week, I have a tongue-tied double dry hopped IPA from Nickelbook Brewing.
He's actually bringing up the big guns finally.
Real big, Jesse. Crazy can. Crazy tongue-tied fucking artwork on it. Pretty cool. That's the reason I got it. And it crushes Jesse. Absolutely crushes him at a whopping 5.6%.
It's a double IPA and it's only 5.6.
Yep.
Oh, they can't even share that name.
And it's pretty good. Citrusy.
It's good to see you finally got over that 5%.
Yeah, got over the 5% marker. Yosh, you taking the cake this week?
Well, I certainly didn't think I was about to win.
It's a low bar.
Yeah, I didn't think I was winning today. This is another repeat. Kev had this one once before. It's Lost Craft Neapolitan Ice Cream Stout. There's a little can right there, and it's 6%. So I guess I win. Not by much. So I'm not much of a stout fan, but we're gonna give this a whirl. And
not even a potent stout one either.
Make sure you guys zoom in on my face for this one already.
Oh yeah.
He loves it.
Yeah, it's great. It tastes like coffee more than ice cream. But it's got
some stouts do that.
Yeah, it's not as bad as I thought it was gonna be, but I only have one of them, so whoopsie daisy.
Yes, we're adding that to the list.
It's a W with an asterisk.
No, we're saying, Josh, make sure you have 2 beers.
Oh, well, that's when the old lady bought me like months ago, and I didn't want to use it because Kev had it, and I just got back. So
you've had months to get yourself a second one of those beers.
Yes, yep, 100%.
Never been to a beer store or LCBO since.
I mean, I've
couldn't pick one up.
I just was like,
I just like, I do not want another stout.
Yeah,
I can only do one of these.
I was trying. Yeah, exactly. I was trying not to use it. So, but
all right.
I had to get her done. So
there you go.
Talking about being done, is there a hockey team that might be done?
I mean, most of them.
Oh, well, most of them are,
but there's 2 left fighting it out for the Stanley Cup final. So it's down to the Avalanche and the Lightning for the Stanley Cup. Apparently, the secret to get into the Stanley Cup final is to have a name that doesn't end in S. There's only 4 teams in the league that have that, and half of them are in the Stanley Cup Finals. So yeah, there you go. Do you know what the other 2 are?
The Wild is one of them.
Uh-huh.
I don't know.
Yeah, the other one's brand new.
The Kraken.
The Kraken.
How you call it the Krakens?
No. So the Avalanche have a commanding lead in that series right now, 2-0. After a back and forth overtime win in game 1, and they put up a touchdown in game 2, crushed the Tampa Bay Lightning 7-0.
That was horrible.
Yeah.
So the series now heads back to Tampa Bay with the reigning champs looking to get their asses in gear and get back into the series.
You better. I need another point.
So Tampa also went down 2-0 against the Rangers at Madison Square Garden. But then when they went back to Amalie, they got back to business and they won the next 4 in a row. Maybe they'll do the same here against the Avalanche, but the Rangers are not the Avalanche. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
No, they're a pretty good team.
Yeah. Yeah, they're really good. So if the Tampa is able to come back and win, it'll be the first three-peat since the Islanders achieved the feat back in the early 80s. It's been a long time since we've had a three-peat. But the Avalanche, they're now 14-2 this postseason, and they're chasing greatness. Only 4 other teams have ever had a 14-2 record in one postseason. All of them won the Stanley Cup. And the best record, the best record ever in the current four best of 7 round format is 16-2 by the 1988 Oilers, which the Avalanche could match if they complete the sweep against the Tampa Bay Lightning.
Not gonna happen.
That'd be pretty wild if they did, man.
I don't think they're going to sweep them either. It's Tampa's too good. They've been around too long at this. Then they're going home. They're not going to get swept.
Plus, they got Pat Maroon, and so he's.
They do have they have the answer. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. He's won something like 15 postseason series straight or something like that.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Well, he's it'd be a lot.
That's crazy, man. Like, fucking lucky motherfucker.
Yeah, it's skill, all right. It's skill. He's
Yeah.
a big time. His 5 minutes a game are big time contributing minutes.
It's the experience. They put them on the ice and they just get.
It's the locker room factor, okay?
You know what else is crazy is that Corey Perry is in the Stanley Cup Finals for the 3rd year in a row, all on different teams.
Yep.
Which is pretty crazy.
And
he lost, and then he went to the team, right? Is that what? How?
Well, no, that's this year. So because Tampa won the last 2,
right? Oh,
so
right.
Tampa beat whoever they beat. Dallas was it? Yeah, Dallas.
It was also the Golden Knights.
Tampa beat Dallas in 2020, and then Tampa beat Montreal last year.
Right. So when was the Golden Knights in then?
Before that, in 2019, I guess. Yeah, 2019.
Probably.
Yeah. Throw out the challenge, Jesse. Do it.
I mean, it's more likely I'll get a W if I do that, or a point.
It's against speed, yeah.
And it's
It is. It is. I just fucking duck out of my ass. I'm often wrong. Anyway, Jesse's gonna be a bitch. So what do you think is gonna be the turnout here? Do you think the Avs continue their dominance and win their first cup since 2001? Maybe tying the best all-time ever record? They won't. Or did they seriously poke the bear by embarrassing Tampa in game 2, putting up a touchdown? And you don't poke the bear. Is Tampa going to come back and close out this three-peat? What do you boys think?
I definitely think there's going to be a three-peat. It's going to come game 7. Like they're not going to they're not going to win 4 straight like they did against the Rangers, but I think they're still going to win. They still have a chance to win. And like you said, they just poked the bear. They are going to be ready in their home stadium, and they're going to come back. I'm saying that I got to get that another point. Got to extend my lead here, because even though I was a bitch on not challenging you there, I'm still number one.
Yeah,
catch me.
I think, I don't know about game 7. It's definitely going to go, I would say 6 or 7 here. I mean, obviously it's going to have to go at least 6 for the Lightning to win. But I think it's going to, I think it did wake them up, or will. They'll come out quick, although they got to be real quick against the Avalanche to neutralize their speed. But I think the Lightning they're going to win a few games here, and I'm going to say probably 6 games, but the Avs are going to pull it out, I think.
Ooh.
Yeah. Sorry, Jess. They're fast.
Yeah.
Like, they're really, really fast, and they're really good. So
I think you're right. Like, they are the X factor for me is if Vasilevsky can stand on his head the rest of the series and seriously shut down the Avalanche. But he is like, if last game was any indication, it's a fucking shooting gallery out there, and he can only do so much. But I think the Avalanche are too good, and they're going to close this thing out, but I don't think they sweep.
Well, the last time you guys were against me, it was against Tampa and the Leafs, so I like those odds.
But that's when we were homers with the Leafs, and they're cursed. It's different now.
You guys picked, like a lot of you guys picked them to go to the Stanley Cup.
yeah, because we're homers.
Get with the picture, Jesse.
Hey man, I was a homer and I was right with the Rams.
Yeah, happens every once in a blue moon. Even a broken clock.
It doesn't happen with the Leafs, that's for sure.
It used to. Like 50 years ago. Well, speaking of your shitty Rams, why don't you let us know what they're up to?
Whoa, shitty.
Yeah.
They're spending dollars.
What are they, fucking Super Bowl champs or some shit?
I think something like that happened this year.
Yeah. I forgot. No one ever reminds me.
I'll try and keep up with reminding you, bud.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
So like I said, they're spending money like it's burning a hole in their wallet. It is now Donald and Cooper getting new deals within 2 days of each other. Donald, he gets his deal reworked and restructured, and this is literally just a huge pay increase. So he still it's the same amount of years that he's had, and they just increased it by 45 million. So
is that all?
Yeah, just 45 million raise.
few bucks extra.
But that's what you do when you're the best football player in the league. You give that guy that money. There's an argument for that. He could be the best football player, even against quarterbacks, because he's just so dominant at his position. But anyway, so he signed for or reworked the deal. This is 3 years, and it's $95 million. 65 million of that is guaranteed, and he has an out after the next 2 years. He can retire. So the Rams were able to work this pretty much because they paid him a fairly big signing bonus, and they have now put in voidable years, and it ends up being 2. And it's actually a high cap hit for him in those years. It's north of 11 million in both those years. And then if he comes back in 2024, it'll be a $30 million hit. So lots of money against the Rams. And these avoidable years that they're doing helps them push that can down the road and able to have Donald on the team, and he's happy being paid the highest non-quarterback player. In fact, there's only 12 quarterbacks ahead of him that get paid more on an average year salary. So he's at 31.6 million, huge number. And then there's only 12 quarterbacks above that. So
he did all right.
He did. He made out like a bandit.
That man got paid.
Yeah, and then probably the best season ever done by a wide receiver got paid. Cooper Kupp. Now this was actual extension. It's another 3 years onto his original deal that I think he signed in 2020. So it's 3 years, 80.1 million and $75 million guaranteed through 2023, and this is the most guaranteed money ever to a wide receiver. And so they'll be around for a lot of time. I don't think there's any voidable years in this one, but it was because it's easier to do that now that it's an extension. So they're kicking that can down the road, and they have him for a long time. Now, he wasn't the most paid for a receiver on annual salary, but he's still up there. I think it ends up being like 25 million or something like that. So it's quite impressive that he's going to be making that. And with all these huge signings, like they've also signed Allen Robinson, they signed their left tackle back, and then their center back. Stafford got a huge raise, and they're able to pay all this off and push the can down the road with these voidable years. I'm just curious, do you guys think this is cheating because Stan Kroenke has cash on hand and he can just spend all this money, get the players their money first, and then put these voidable years in? Do you think this is cheating?
I don't think it's cheating. You're not working outside the confines of the rules and the salary cap. You're just spending money that you have because you're able to do that. I think it's a fucking weird system that you need like a fucking PhD in salary cap economics.
You really do.
You're
100% on that.
Understand.
Because they weren't even looking to pay Cup this year at all. They knew that they were going to probably have to pay Donald and Stafford. But having this happen, or having him, what he did in this year, they had to give him some money.
Yeah,
he's not getting paid enough compared to these wide receivers that are making crazy amounts of money.
yeah. See, this is where I don't know if it's fucking better or worse than like obviously what I know best is the NHL. And the NHL, it's
That's
easy. But in the NHL, it's far more straightforward. It's just like every dollar is guaranteed on every single contract. And it's just you sign X amount of money for X amount of years. It doesn't matter if it's signing bonus or actual salary. It's all just you get paid this much total, this many years. Your average is your cap hit. That's it.
Yeah. See, that's boring. Let's make it as complicated as possible and sign as many amazing players as we can.
I mean, judging by the viewership of the leagues, you're right.
Yeah, I agree, Pete. I don't think it's cheating. Like you said, they're not going against the rules. They're just manipulating the cap to fit around the cap rules. And if you can do it because you're a rich motherfucker and you got extra cash in the bank, then get it done. I mean, that's a lot of the same thing with, the Yankees and the Dodgers. I mean, they got all kinds of cash. So I know it's a little different because of the whole luxury tax thing, but they don't have a problem going into it. They spend the extra money to get the players, and they'll deal with the economics later down the road, right? So, do I like it? No. Do I like the Rams? No. But I mean, there's not much we can do about it, right? I mean, so they're doing what they need to do to put a good team on the field that can potentially push for another championship.
Run it back.
Now, I don't know. Did you guys see that your boy, what's your coach's name there, McVay? He just got married recently.
Yep.
And so he had said, I guess OBJ wasn't invited, but he said to OBJ, if he comes and crashes the wedding, then he has to resign. And I'm pretty sure he went and crashed the wedding, but
hey, I'd be okay with the.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything yet. So
I think we opened up space with the Cup extension because again they pushed everything down the road, so they opened up some room. Mm-hmm. Now I don't know if he's going to get a multi-year deal or if it's going to be another 1-year deal, but they've opened up some money, and he's not going to be available probably until November is what they were thinking. Yeah, I think he got some fucked up shit on his in his surgery, so he had to get it like kind of almost redid or like fixed. So it's put his his rehab behind. Now, I want him on that team for sure. I do, but
I mean, it seems like as long as he's not catching a ball from Baker Mayfield, he's still a pretty good player, right? Like, that seems to be what happened. He went to Cleveland, did nothing. He was still pretty good in New York prior to that. So
it'll be funny where Baker goes after this thing, or if they have, because they're Watson's getting in more trouble. It sounds like, so he could see suspension soon, and then they'll be like, "Hey Baker, you want to come start a couple games for us?" That's what I think he wants to do for sure.
Oh yeah.
He also has to get some game tape, like better game tape on there. No, I don't think this is cheating either. Any owner,
Of course,
can do this.
you don't.
Any owner can do this. The rich owners like to do it more because they like to win. So it'll be interesting to see what happens in Cincinnati, because I can't remember the owner's name, but he is not a rich owner. They don't even have an indoor facility in Cincinnati yet. So
yeah, and winning ball games pays back in dividends too, like especially championships.
right,
You win championships,
yeah.
your revenue is going sky high.
But they were getting into the playoffs a lot with Marvin Lewis, and they had Red Rifle there at as the quarterback. So they were still winning games, but they weren't spending money on anybody. So you got to spend money to make money, pretty much. But you got to be able to get your players into a comfortable area instead of being bused to a college stadium so that they can practice when it's blizzarding in Ohio.
Listen, there's an NHL team that literally plays in a college arena, so could be worse.
Yeah, but the college arenas or college stadiums in the States are bigger than the NFL ones.
I don't know.
Football, yeah.
Not in hockey,
Not
yeah.
hockey.
Not in hockey, for sure.
Yeah, it's like it's good that they can do that for sure, the Rams, and there's other teams that can do it as well. You just we don't hear it as much, mostly because Jesse only cares about the Rams. So
yeah.
But there's definitely other teams that do this type of thing. Actually, one thing kind of off topic here, still in the NFL, Jess, I want to get your take on was Colin Kaepernick doing a little workout for the Raiders, and where you think that might head. Do you think he gets a shot at being a backup?
I think he should get a shot.
I mean, I think he should, but
I think he should have gotten one a while ago. But there was a reason why his last year he was below 500. Like I don't think the San Fran team wasn't very good to begin with, so that also doesn't help. But he wasn't that good in it either, and I believe he got benched at one point. So it's going to be interesting. I hope he gets a chance. I want to see what he's got, but what I saw of him, I don't think he's going to be a starter. Not a chance.
No, I think he's going to have to come back as a backup, and then so whoever he signs with, that starting QB is going to likely get hurt, and then he's got to take over, and then try and show.
It's kind of cool because he'll be able to. He hasn't been hurt in a while, right? So he doesn't have any huge bruises or sore limbs or anything like that. Mm-hmm. But who knows, like, if that's affected his speed, or because he was a quick guy, running the ball. So, and then also the arm strength, is it still there? Like, he's not throwing the football as much, but it still deteriorates over that time
for sure.
So I don't even.
Well, he's an old man now too, isn't he? Old man in terms of sports years.
Yeah, but he hasn't had the punishment either.
Yeah, but Father Time always wins.
I'm not entirely sure how old he is, but
it's got to be at least late 30s, no?
I think he was last in like 2016.
I don't know if he's late 30s now.
No, he's like old. He's probably like early 30s.
Okay. I'm gonna toss out a challenge just for fun. He's 35 plus.
All right, I'll take you up on that. I think he's less than 35. 30,
What if-
35 34 and younger.
34 and under. Okay, all right. We can check this out real quick.
Fuck.
Is he 30? He's 34. That was funny. I was before you threw the challenge. I was gonna say, you know what? I'm gonna say 34. And if you guys want to challenge me, yeah. That's pretty funny.
I might have challenged you on that. So I'm glad that I got that.
That's funny.
Big win. And another big win is coming up right here with the MVP.
This week's MVP is the Houston Astros. Not really the whole team, really just two pitchers. Because for the first time in MLB history, two immaculate innings occurred not just on the same day, not just in the same game, but by the same team and against the exact same three hitters.
It'd obviously be the same team, but
Fine out. In the second inning, Houston's 9-2 win over Texas. Starting pitcher Luis Garcia struck out Nathaniel Lowe, Ezekiel Duran, and Brad Miller on 9 pitches, all strikes or foul balls, whatever. Recording the first immaculate. Then, in the seventh, reliever Phil Maton got the same hitters and also struck them out on 9 pitches. 2 almost identical immaculate innings. There was a cool little side-by-side video of them. They're actually very similar. It's fun to watch. But so for the first time ever, 2 immaculate innings, the same game against the same 3 hitters.
The same team, right?
And the same team. It's also the same team.
Huh. Same 2 teams even.
Fuck you guys. So the Houston Astros are this week's MVP. And we ripped through the first half quick, so beer's not done yet, but cheers to them.
Now, was there any talk of them like maybe cheating a little bit here? Then that's how they got the immaculate innings.
yeah, like you said, they had them side by side. There's like some pitch video that they.
Yeah.
I mean, somebody should listen closely. Is there any garbage cans? Maybe.
Who knows? Speaking of garbage cans, I got a fucking team that's in one right now. The Boston fucking Celtics.
You know, the trophy that you're about to get into also kind of looks like a garbage can. A little bit.
I mean, it's a hoop.
I know. I know. But have a look at it next time you.
All right. So
Have a look
does
at it.
it look like it's
a fucking
a garbage trophy?
It looks like a trash can.
So what you're saying is that it looks like it's a ball going into a trash can?
Yeah.
It's not a ball going into a basketball hoop.
I mean, I know it is, but I'm just saying it looks like a trash can. Just have a look the next time you look at the trophy. It looks like a trash can. That's all I'm saying.
That's fair. Somebody's probably going to say that the fucking Stanley Cup is a trash can too, but it's about the same size. So,
Yeah. Stanley Cup is the best trophy in all of pro sports. The best.
I don't know, man. That one with all the fucking flags on it that go around in a big circle.
No,
That's
that's
pretty boring.
It's fucking dumb.
It's a pretty boring trophy, yeah. All right, guys, let's move on to the NBA Finals. This was just one over the weekend. Like I had said, the Celtics are hot garbage.
Fuck Boston.
Fuck Boston. So after we last spoke with our listeners, game 1 had just finished, or not fit like earlier, a couple days before, and the second game would have been on that Sunday evening. So the Celtics did take that early 1-0 lead, winning that first game. Golden State came back to win the second game, and then they split the next 2 out of the first 4, so each winning 1 game at home, 1 game away. the Celtics and the Warriors. Which obviously, if you guys know any math, 7 minus 4 games already played means there's 3 games left. So it becomes, yeah, I know it's tough on beat. It's tough. You got to count on your hands, fingers, toes. Anyway, that means it becomes a best of 3. Do you have an adding machine at home?
I need a subtracting machine.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, my bad. So in the best of the 3, then best of 3, the Warriors took care of business in game 5, winning at home, which meant they had 2 games left to get 1 W. For me to be right, for them to get the championship. And lo and behold, they made short work of Boston, won that game 6 in Beantown, taking the series and winning Pete's aforementioned garbage can trophy.
All right.
So it was Golden State's fourth championship in 8 years, which is pretty awesome. That's definitely dynasty making.
Yep.
You know, between you've got Clay, Steph, and Draymond, and then obviously Mr. Coach Kerr. Those 4 are been the staples over the last in those 8 years. So. So speaking of Coach Kerr, he is now the proud owner of his 9th championship ring. He's got 5 as a player and 4 as a coach. That puts him up there pretty high on the all-time ranks for championships won, both as a player and as a coach. So he's doing something right. He knew how to play back in the day, and then he knows how to coach. Yeah, you can say he played with Mike and whatnot, but he also won a championship in San Antonio. Yeah, San Antonio. And he didn't have Mike there. So
yeah, he also coaches Steph and Clay, so that helps too.
For sure. So Curry won the Finals MVP. And now I did mention that last episode we had gone around and asked who we all thought was going to win it. I said Steph. I was right. I should get a point. But I won't.
Bullshit. Definitely should have been Tatum. It's fucking bullshit.
And if you remember back in the day, I did say that Curry was going to win the league MVP. He didn't win that. So, but if you remember, and Jess, you're not the only one anymore. Somebody else called a W early in the year. It was me. It was me.
Boy.
Welcome to the club.
Yeah, thanks. I won a few bucks on the bet. I would have won more had the bet 365 bullshit not gone down, where we had to get rid of all our bets. But
oh yeah, that's.
But I did win. It would have been, yeah. It wasn't a whole lot of money. It was only like, I think it was like $60 before, and then I won like 30 after it. After I had to redo the bet, but nothing crazy. I wasn't betting that much money. It's just a little fun bet, just to stick it to you guys a little bit, So anyway, so as I said, I picked the old Warriors, so I'm gonna get a point for that coming up in our points penalties points, and then I might have done something with the bracket too, but I'm gonna get that in just a second here.
Boo.
So what I thought was kind of cool, I saw this, I guess you want to call it a stats, over the last 5 seasons, whoever has been the all-star MVP has gone on to be the finals MVP.
That's wild.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
So basically, whoever is the all-star MVP next year, put some money on that team to win, and that guy to be the MVP, and you're probably going to do all right.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, I'm going to do it next year for sure. So 2022, Steph Curry. 2021 was Giannis. 2020 was LeBitch. 2019 was the Claw.
Yeah.
And 2018 was KD. And all of those 5 players on each of their all-star teams, all on Team LeBron each time. So just one of those other, I don't know if it's a coincidence. Maybe LeBron knows something. Maybe LeBron's paying somebody off. I don't know. Who knows? But
maybe he can actually coach.
Maybe. Well, no. No. I mean, he's smart, but I don't know if he can coach. So
I wouldn't put it by him then.
Well, I mean, I would assume I mean, I don't know if he would ever get into coaching. He's already got so much stuff going on outside of basketball that what I think
I don't think there's enough money in it for him to do it, and too much,
fair enough,
way too much time. He can,
yeah.
like, he's already $1 billion athlete, so like he's gonna do continue what he's doing right now,
For
minus
sure.
the basketball.
Well, I mean, who knows? He might just keep playing too, right? He might be 55 and still playing, coming off the bench for somebody.
Gonna be Tom Brady,
Yeah.
in the NBA.
All right, so Golden State was, they were pretty good all year, but nothing to write home about. They weren't what we thought, the Nets and the Lakers were going to be at the very beginning of the year. They weren't what the Phoenix Suns were through the entire course of the season. But it's Steph, it's Clay, and it's Draymond. And I want to know what you guys think.
Whoa. And it's Wiggins.
Well, Wiggins had a
don't-
pretty good.
Don't be throwing shade here.
Well, Wiggins and Poole had a great series and great playoff, from the start there. So, what do you guys think the key for this Golden State championship run? What do you think the key was for them to win this?
I mean, the obvious key is Steph Curry doing Steph Curry things, and you win championships. Imagine that. But I'm going to go off board and with my boy Wiggins. I think he's fucking stepped up big time. He played great, and he was a big contributing factor in this series. Good homeborn Canadian kid.
Local Canadian kid.
Yeah.
Oh, just down the road from you, Pete.
Yeah. Andrew Wiggins. That's my guy. That was the key. It was Steph Curry. But Wiggins, that's the key.
Well, my key is more or less experience with those three affirmation guys that we said. And then plus you got Steve Kerr, and Wiggins helped, no doubt. It was awesome to have him there. But I think it was the three monsters and their experience in the playoffs, because that's just what they do.
Can't argue with that, Jess. For me, I got two keys. First off, the depth of the team, which is a lot to do with obviously those three starters you talked about, Jess, and we have always talked about with this team. But the Wiggins, the Jordan Poole, you've got some of the younger guys, Mooney and Kuminga, and they've got a good core, obviously, and then they've got those extra depth guys that can come off the bench and play a big role. So for me, that was number one of the key. And the next was their defense. The defense in the finals was great. They held Boston to over 100 points once. Or sorry, they got 100. Boston only got more than 100 points once. Sorry.
There you go.
Yeah, my bad. Don't fucking challenge me, assholes.
I understood the first time. It's fine.
So, the defense, they just shut them down. A team that was high flying since I said they were going to be shit in the year, and they were only going to win like 3 or 4 more games. I think there was like 10 or 12 games left, and I told them they were only going to win 3 or 4, and they showed me, and they were a high flying, great team. Marcus Smart, Tatum, Jaylen Brown. It's going to be a good future. Boston's going to be a good team in the next handful of years, which sucks, but
fuck Boston.
Yeah, it's not going to be good for us.
No, definitely not.
But the Raptors look good too, so here's coming next year that we get off to a better start.
Hopefully
this year.
So I think you're going to see guys like Jordan Poole, and you're going to see Wiggins. They're probably going to get a bag of money this offseason. I'm not sure where their contract status actually stands, but I wouldn't be surprised if they're still under contract. I wouldn't be surprised if they get this LA Rams type extensions, maybe not ridiculous cash like that, but they definitely show that they're worth some cash. And I think that keeping those two guys, trying to lock them up longer term so that you have, a top 5. I don't know, you're pretty much going to have top 5 fucking superstars. Obviously Draymond isn't a superstar offensively, but he does everything else amazing. you know.
But do they have the cap to do that?
That I'm not sure. I'm not sure where the financials stand there, and
because that'll be tough because they're gonna probably want as much money as they can get, and they'll
for
definitely get that
sure
on the open market more or less.
Yeah, and it'd be interesting to see what they do. Like, I mean, here sitting in front of my computer, for me, if it was me, I would try and stick around while Steph's around. You're going to be a perennial playoff contender, and you've got these three other guys. Why not stick around for a few years? I mean, I understand the money is money, but you're already a millionaire.
But money's a significant factor.
I get it. I get it.
And there's it's not like Golden State is the fucking cream of the league, and every other team is shit.
Right.
Like there are a lot of good teams in this league, and somebody's going to throw a big bag at Wiggins, I think. And so I don't think he's going to be back. Maybe Golden State can afford to throw that same bag at him.
Mm-hmm.
And if they do, he'd be a fool not to go back. But my guess is that he'll go somewhere else for a little more money. So I don't think they're going to repeat. I'm just going to take the field. Not that they're a bad team and they're going to get significantly worse, but there's a lot of good teams in this league, like I said. And I'm going to take the field. Say someone else is winning that garbage can next year.
Do you have a hot take on who it is?
No.
Come on,
Really
is it going to be the Clippers or?
It's way too early, man. It hasn't even had the off season yet.
It's the Clippers. He's taking the Clippers again. I know he is.
Nah, I don't think so. That's
No.
Burn fooled me once.
It'll be interesting to see if they can sign him or not. But like you said, the stability is there. You got Steph. You want to get another ring, and that's what a lot of NBA players do is they go to win rings instead of for money for the most part. It's just the huge superstars, which Wiggins isn't, that get those max out contracts. As per a repeat, I'm with Peter. No, I'm gonna go back to my same pick, and I'm gonna go with the Bucks again. I think they're gonna get back there. I think Boston fooled them a bit, so made them look silly. So they're gonna come back with a little bit of vengeance and take them down, get to the back to that finals, and maybe even see. I can see Golden State getting back there for sure. I'm just thinking that hopefully Boston's a young team, so the Bucks are a little bit more seasoned and can take them down. But that's my hot take is going back with the Bucks. Now I might change that come early.
Whoa. No change in your mind. If you're
but I got a hot take right now for that.
Yeah, I gotta agree with you guys. I don't think that they're gonna just come straight out. Like you said, they're not the dominating team that you could say that yes, they're gonna beat everybody else. Had it been Phoenix that won this, and if they would have went through, they had a great regular season. If they would have cleaned up throughout the playoffs and end up pulling this out, then maybe that's the team they say, yep, they're they were dominant enough last year and they'll be the same. But Golden State wasn't that, and they're a good team. They will definitely they'll be making the playoffs next year, barring crazy injuries or whatever at the beginning to put them down. But
they're up there in age, so
yeah,
they got to watch out for that injury bug.
But there's a bunch of other teams, like I said, Pete, that could easily bounce them from the playoffs, or just be a better team anyway. So, but good for Steph getting his fourth trophy. He's had two league MVPs, and now this is his first finals MVP, and he's definitely the greatest shooter of all time. So.
Really? This is his first MVP?
Finals MVP.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Yeah. Seems like it took him a long time to get that.
It did, yeah. It did. And I'm trying to think. So KD would have been, we talked about KD there in 2018, right?
Yeah.
The other, I'm not sure who would have. Did Clay maybe get one? In one of the I don't know who the other MVPs would have been in the four W's. So either way. either way, it's nice to see Steph win. He's a stand-up guy. He's always doing things for fans and charitable work and all that shit, which a lot of them do. But I don't know, maybe I just pay attention a little bit more to Steph than the other guys, just because I wanted him to win the whole year.
There you go.
Boom.
Boom.
All right.
And fuck Boston.
Fuck Boston, yeah. Fuck Boston.
Okay, real quick sidebar on fuck Boston because it's hilarious. I don't know if you guys have seen the rise of the Lakers dynasty on HBO, Showtime.
No, I know what you're talking about, but no, I haven't seen it.
I just finished it a couple nights ago, and I busted a gut in one episode because this is in the late 70s, just turned into 1980, the start of the Showtime dynasty, right after sort of Boston had been dominating the Lakers. They made it to the finals a bunch of times and only won once, and Boston won like the other 6 times. Something stupid. I don't know the exact numbers. But so coming out of that, they're playing Boston. One of the episodes is all about that play in Boston. Boston has Larry Bird. They've got Magic. And in the pregame, they're doing a whole thing, and they write on the chalkboard, "Fuck Boston." And when they said that and wrote that, I busted a gut just because it's so true.
Yeah,
fuck Boston.
Yeah, man. That's funny. That's so funny.
That was.
I feel like unless you're a Boston fan, like everybody says "fuck Boston."
Fuck
Like I don't think there's anybody that's like, "Oh, Boston's okay." Like it's either you love them or you hate them.
Yeah, there's no in between for sure.
No, in all
it comes with like their fans are pretty obnoxious too there, but it's also just because they win championships.
Yeah,
and just more or less like they've done it with in the NBA a bunch and hockey. But baseball, they haven't done it for a really long time until recently.
Well, it's like 100 years, wasn't it?
Yeah, our generation. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but they just keep winning, and it's very frustrating.
Yeah, for sure. Fuck Boston.
Fuck Boston.
All right, guys. So let's get into our bracket update. The NBA bracket last week or last episode, we had told you that Pete and Jesse were out. And Kevin and I were tied with 8 apiece, 8 correct. And I had one more to go. And if I got that one correct, then I would win. That pick was Golden State. So lo and behold, I got a W. I won. So I ended up with 9 correct. Kev had 8. Jesse had 7. And Pete, you had 6, which of course we know is +2, +1.
Small margin of fucking error here.
It was, yeah, it was. But and so that rounds out a pretty good day or bracket and basketball picks for me. And I was actually really hoping, Pete, that you got that challenge right this week, because that would have really helped me out in catching Jesse.
I tried, buddy. I tried, but can't win them all. Can't win many for me lately.
We don't have a problem with that.
A baby or something like that.
Yeah, it's like something is taking away from my fucking sports focus.
He's got baby brain.
Baby brain for sure.
Yeah. Take advantage now, boys. You'll be older one day watching sports with this old man.
With our babies on our laps.
Then I'll strike back.
That's right. All right, guys, since we only have 3 hosts, we only have 3 topics. So that's pretty much going to wind up our regular segments. We're going to get into the penalty box in, I don't know, how long you want to count for? 2 seconds? 3 seconds? 1.
I was thinking like a half a second.
Is that half?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. What are we doing?
We're going into the penalty box, Jess. Come on. Follow along here.
Get together, Jesse. Minus 1.
Minus 1.
You guys are just like freezing up, it sounds like.
Exactly. All right. So normally we would probably hand this one off to Kev because he's the golf guy, even though he can't beat Jesse.
Yeah, you can.
So Grayson Murray was playing in the U.S. Open. It was on the Sunday, par 4, 7th hole. He decided that after taking 6 shots within 14 yards of the pin, he was going to throw his putter about 20 yards. He just full out overhand hucked it like he was a baseball pitcher. He didn't quite lift a leg like that, but hucks it overhand into the fescue. He eventually goes and gets it himself. He doesn't make his caddy go and get it. But you could tell that he was not happy. He ended up with a quadruple bogey, which is how at least one of the 4 of us would fare on any given hole when we're out there playing. But these guys are pros.
Right? But we pay to golf. We don't get paid to golf.
Yeah. Well, I don't think he got paid this week. I don't think he probably cost himself some money this week. But so that wasn't it. Just throwing his putter. That was not it for his eventful day. A few holes later, on another botched shot, he decided that he was going to snap an iron over his knee. Not quite as impressive as a Bo Jackson or another baseball player smashing or splitting a baseball bat over their knee, but he definitely had it right up and went right over his head and then smashed it down on his knee. It was pretty funny. Snapped up that iron. So he lost one club there for sure. The other one he did go and pick up the putter, but yeah, it doesn't matter. The sponsors just give him the clubs anyway, right? So who cares?
And I don't know, is a steel shafted club easier to break than a wood baseball bat?
I mean, it's a 1/2 inch, if that, hollow steel shaft.
Yeah.
As opposed to
solid wood,
piece of lumber.
2-inch fucking piece of ash or maple. Like, they're hard.
I hear you.
Like it's pine.
But how often do baseball bats break? All the fucking time. How often do you see a golf club break? Not very often.
Yeah, but you have
I get it. You got a pitch coming at you. I get it.
Man.
Let's throw a golf ball and see if you can hit it with it and see how much they can smash or bend them.
Yeah. Either way, this guy lost his shit, which is fair if you're having a bad day, but you're at the US Open, you're still, I mean, he made the cut, right? So he's probably going to make some money. It won't be a whole lot of money, but it won't be like live tour money either.
They're probably making up to replace those clubs or that club.
Yeah, exactly. So he ended up finishing the US Open at a plus 18, which was good for second last place of all the players that made the cut.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So for throwing a temper tantrum, throwing your golf club, snapping an iron over your knee, Grayson Murray at the US Open, you're in the box. Because that's Bush League. That's stuff that we would do. Well, yeah. I would throw my club, but I wouldn't break it.
Kidding me?
Yeah, we can't afford that shit.
Can't afford to break the club. Definitely not. All right, guys, let's mosey on over to the points and penalties scores. Just the one challenge today, but we got some bracket stuff to add there. So let me set us up and let me know how close I am to Jesse.
Yeah, so the fucking young ass Colin Kaepernick, I thought he was in his late 30s for sure, but I was wrong. He's only 34 years old, so Jesse took a point off me on that one.
Yeah.
And Josh just took you through the NBA bracket, which scores are now hitting today, and he also picked Golden State Warriors to win, so he got an extra point for that. So big day for Josh. Bad day for Pete.
You're almost at Kevin level here.
I'm close to Kev. So I dropped down to a -5. Kev didn't even show up and climbed to a -6.
Within 1 point. Peter, you were falling off a cliff.
I know, buddy. Anyone says having a baby is easy, they lied. Jesse climbs to +8 with that challenge victory. And Josh, with the big swing, went from -1 all the way up to +2.
Damn.
I'm coming for you, Jess.
Some competition. When was the last time you were in the positives?
I don't remember. Probably episode 4, season 1.
When did we start season 1?
Yeah. I remember the first few episodes I was up and down. I hovered a lot around 0, and then it just went down.
Yeah, I know that feeling.
Is that what happened this year for you, Pete?
Yeah, it's not going well. It's okay. Camping's coming soon. I'd probably lose some more there, but it's fine.
Oh yeah. Well, it's a quick show today, boys.
So we're after.
Maybe Kev's the guy that just keeps talking and talking and talking and runs
Yeah,
these
Kev.
episodes forever.
Always talking about his 3-point line and his fucking
Scotty
robo
Barnes forever. Always talking about Scotty Barnes.
I know, right? It's that guy with
He
Scotty
loves
Barnes.
some Barnes, bud.
All right, so I think we got to start with the bitch. That's the route we go, isn't it? We start with the bitch on this now. So,
Okay, sure.
I think that's what
that'd
Kev
be
was
you,
doing
Jesse.
last time.
That'd be
Oh,
you, Jesse.
Yeah.
In case there was any confusion, any forgetfulness.
I am the bitch today for sure with the 4.5 from Flying Monkey Craft Brewery. And it was called The Mutants Are Revolting. I like this beer.
It's a good beer.
But yeah, it is not a potent one. And I was not looking to get a potent one today. So I was glad I kind of found this in there.
Bitch.
So yeah, I was looking to be the bitch today. I was very proud to be it.
Well, you succeeded. There you go.
I thought I was gonna have to fight for it against you there, but you finally showed up. So how do you tell how about you tell me how it is?
my extremely strong, whoppingly heavy, double dry hopped IPA, tongue tied from Nickelbrook Brewing, 5.6%. It's good. It's very citrusy and like a juicy kind of beer, but you know, it's solid. It's not crazy hoppy. Obviously, it's only 5.6.
Did you have two at least, or did you just have?
No, I did. I think we had a quick show. I only got through one.
Jesus, at least I had two.
I have another. I just have cracked it.
I think that might drop you down to a being of the bitch because you couldn't finish it.
Nah,
I finished
son of
two.
a bitch. Nah.
I mean, like I'm at 9% right here to add it up to mine.
Well, I guess. But have you finished them both?
Nearly.
Okay.
You only had one?
Still
Pete?
doesn't work. I only had one.
I mean, like I only had one.
I mean,
beer, but at least
Jesse's
I had
drinking
backups.
water, so he can drink it quick. I mean, fuck.
It's not because it's water. It's because it's flavorful.
Huh.
Yosh.
Flavored water.
It's like what do you call it? The Mio shot? You got
Yeah.
the Mio shots with water.
Crystal Light.
Yeah, Crystal Light. Yosh, our champ for the day.
Yeah.
At a whopping 6.0, I think.
6.0. You got her.
Wow.
Yeah, I had a bowl of Neapolitan ice cream in a can.
How was it?
It was beer.
Was it?
It was beer. That was about it. Not my cup of tea at all. Definitely.
If anyone checks us on YouTube, there were some funny faces that Yosh made.
Yeah.
Check out for sure.
Yeah, it's different. I mean, it's not a horrible flavor, but like I said before, I'm not a stout guy. I love ice cream, so I was thinking maybe it might be okay, but no, there's no chance that I'm ever having this one again. Sorry, Lost Craft. It's nothing against you, but I just don't like stouts. So can't do it. But I was happy to pull the W here because it was either that or I had a grapefruit Radler, which is only 2.5%. I was like, oh shit, I can't have that one.
Talking about me having water. Like,
yeah, there was no way I was being able to use that one. So I had to suck it up and go with the 6.0 stout.
There you go.
No.
Yeah,
All right,
suck it
guys.
up and have one.
Yeah, one. Well, I had some backup. I'm 3/4 of the way through my backup beer. So
At least you came prepared for, unlike someone.
Yeah.
The true bitch of the day.
The true bitch. The true bitch. Wait. Isn't that what we call Trubisky, right? Trubisky. All right, guys. Quick episode this week. Hopefully our listeners enjoy it. That was nice and quick. You don't have to sit there for 3 hours and listen to us ramble on and on and on and on and on.
Our lovely voices filling your airwaves.
Soothing. We should start a new company where we just just talk and we put people to sleep with our voices, you know, or like maybe we can make like ocean sounds or something, you know, like whoosh, whoosh. Ooh, ooh.
You might be alone in that venture. You might be alone. I mean, I'll consider it, but yeah,
Not so much.
not some.
All
We
right.
got to take off with some more listeners here before I think we start something else.
Well, maybe the new venture will bring other listeners in.
Oh, fair enough. Fair enough. Yes,
see?
the ocean, Josh's ocean sounds will
That's
bring
right.
them to
Ocean
points of
sounds.
penalties.
That's right.
Want to hear more of me?
Ocean sounds with Josh.
Oh fuck! I'm reminded of a Simpsons episode. I'm pretty sure Homer was doing the same thing. Whoosh, ooh, like a fucking seagull or some shit. 'Cause it's Homer. Oh fuck! It's good times. Anyway, that's I'm probably not gonna do ocean sounds with Yosh. It's just not.
Just put that on the back burner.
Not yet. Not
Maybe
yet.
after the wedding.
Retirement. That's a retirement.
Leave it on the
It's a
shelf
retirement plan.
of side gigs. Yeah.
All right. So for everyone here at Points Palace, I'd like to thank everybody for listening. Please subscribe on YouTube and wherever you get your podcasts. Give us a like and follow on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Points Penalties. And until next week,
Stay out of the
penalty box.